everyone. So it's Sunday, the 5th. I don't know, time is like irrelevant right now. But anyways, it's Sunday and I just figured I would kind of do bring you along for a couple days and show you kind of the day in my life. I thought I'll just do this vlog today, Sunday, and tomorrow, Monday, so you can kind of see my day on a weekend and my day on a weekday. They don't differ too much since we're staying at home. The difference is that during the week, my husband is working, so I have the kids all day. You might hear the kids screaming in the background. I'm in my bedroom because my husband is giving me the morning off. It's lovely because I can hear them out there screaming and causing trouble, but I don't have to deal with it. They're his problem right now. So it's 10 o'clock, so I've already kind of, not wasted, but I already had a lot of my morning already. You know, I took a nice relaxing shower without any children, interrupting me, had breakfast, had my tea. I wanted to sit outside, but it had just rained this morning. So even though it's not currently raining, everything is wet outside. So I'm just sitting in my bedroom about to do some bookish work. So I am so far behind on my reading journal. I think I'm back in February in this, so I want to update that and start actually using it. And then I also probably do a little reading because I just haven't been reading much in the last couple weeks because, too much news. So I'm not looking at the news at all this morning and trying to just relax. So yeah, so I'll do my book journal and then I'll show you what I'm reading today throughout the day. I'm in the middle of several books, but some of them I'm hoping to finish today. So my audiobook I'm listening to is The Host by Stephenie Meyer, who wrote the Twilight series. I've read this several times, but I haven't read it in about 10 years or so. So I wanted to read it again, because for me, it's one of my favorite book relationships is in this book. I don't want to say who that is because actually the relationship doesn't start till very far into the book, in case you haven't read it or watched the movie, but I just love this couple. And so I thought when everything is kind of crappy right now that it would be nice to read about one of my favorite book relationships. So I'm listening to this, and I actually started a couple days ago and I'm already almost 70% of the way through because yes, it's just nice to fly through a book that you already are very familiar with. I'm also buddy reading this with my friend Kara for Wild Book Garden, and I'm definitely ahead of her, but it doesn't matter. We're still chatting about it, and it's nice to be able to chat to somebody about a book that you love. I know there are flaws in this book, but I actually like it better than the Twilight series. I don't like the Twilight series after the first book. I like the book Twilight. I thought it was a fun, pleasure read, but I don't like the rest of the series where I like this book. I will continue to reread it probably in the future as well. So then physically, I have 2 books I'm reading. And the sad thing is that both these books are short and I have been reading them for 2 weeks. And that is sad because these are books I should have normally been able to read in one day. But that's how much I've just been reading the news and stuff like that. I have only finished 1 book in 2 weeks and in the middle of 2 short books. That's pretty sad. I mean, I finished some audiobooks, but that's different. I can do audiobooks and concentrate on that while I'm doing cleaning and stuff like that. But when it comes to sitting down and physically reading, I've been having a hard time. So I'm hoping to sit here and read a little bit. So one of them is Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan McGuire. I want to read these first couple books so that I can get to the newer books in the series. So this is a reread, but I'm noticing as I'm going through it, which I think I'm about a third. Is that what? I don't think you could see that. So I'm about a third of the way through, and for 2 weeks. Isn't that sad? And I'm really enjoying it, and I'm not remembering any of it. So I think it's good that I'm rereading it, that I just didn't concentrate on it the first time I read it. I read it by audiobook the first time while I was packing my house over a year and a half ago or whatever that was. It was almost 2 years ago now. And I just don't remember a single thing. So I'm glad I'm rereading that. So that might be what I'm going to sit here and read when I'm done updating you. And then the other one that's taking me forever is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which shouldn't take me forever. But like I said, 2 weeks still, and I'm halfway through. But I'm really enjoying reading this. I'm just kind of, since everything I'm reading right now is a reread, I am noticing, I'm loving that because I can set this book down and pick it up several days later and not worry that I'm missing something or forgetting something. So it's been really nice rereading books. Yes, it's taking me forever to finish a physical book, but I am loving everything I'm reading right now. And then I'll just quickly mention the book that I'm reading with my daughter. If you saw my recent book haul, I bought a bunch of beginning chapter books to read with my 5-year-old. And yesterday we started The Chocolate Touch and we read one chapter. And it's definitely fun. I get to do the voices for like the parents and the doctor and stuff like that. So we've been enjoying the one chapter we've read so far. There's only 12 chapters in this, so I think starting today I'll probably do 2 chapters because it was a pretty short chapter, so we can finish this in 1 week. So I finished March in my reading journal, so I thought I would just show it to you just so you kind of see how this works. So this reading journal, they do like a picture at the beginning of the month, and then the calendar. And the way I've been using this might change throughout the year, this is just how I'm doing it now, is that I pick one color of dots, which are the books I read, and then the squares are my videos, so I can kind of see, am I doing my videos Tuesdays and Fridays, which I missed one Friday, but I did still do 2 videos a week. And then there's a TBR page, and then at the end of the month, you know, like I cross off when I actually like read one or DNF it, and then at the end of the month I say whether I got, how many I got out of the total. So that's actually pretty good, I think, because I had a ton of middle grade ones on my TBR and I didn't get them all done. This is where I put my new releases, and then the stars are my NetGalley arcs. I did not finish my NetGalley arc for March because this arc for June Boys was just really badly done, the like E arc. So I was waiting to get the physical book from the library before I finished it, but now the libraries are closed. So I might push through the E arc and hope that doesn't affect my rating of it. And then you get the daily calendar, and the way I do the daily calendar is my book color. You know, I write on the days I finish the book and then write how many pages are total. I don't keep pages count for each day because I read multiple books in a day. Sometimes I'll read a physical book for like an hour, and then I might do an audiobook for an hour, and I'm not gonna like split up how many pages that is. It's just too crazy. So I just put the total when I finish the book, so I can go back later and count up how many pages I did for the whole month, but it's too much to calculate each day. That would be stressful. And then the gold is my videos. So you could see that. You can see that like in March, I would finish books in batches. So like, I think this is one is funny because on this day I finished a ton of books and I ended up finishing 1,000 pages that day. But it's not like I read 1,000 pages in that day, just that I finished up a bunch of things all in one day. Like I had one of those moments where I was like, need to finish things. So that is my books read. And then at the end has the book haul. I ended up buying a bunch of books in March. My original goal at the beginning of the year was only to buy 3 or 4 books a month. But because of self-isolation, I bought my kids. Like almost all of these books are for my kids. And then on this page is where I put like all the books I read. And I only check them off when I've both done a video review, like done a recent reads, and I've also reviewed them on Goodreads. So you can see at the beginning of the month, I was doing great. And then things dropped off. All of these I have, well, except for these 2, I have reviewed on my channel, but I haven't reviewed them on Goodreads. So probably later today, I'm going to go through and review all those because I was doing really great at the beginning of the month of doing my Goodreads reviews. And then, you know, I put the number of books I read total, my favorite book of the month, number of pages read, which I thought this was funny because if we go back to February, in February, I read 4,356 pages. And in March, I read 4,356 pages. Isn't that totally random? That's the great thing about doing 2 months at a time. I never would have noticed I had the exact same number of pages. And then you could tell that I'm really relying on audiobooks at this point. And even some of these books that I put in physical, I listened to half of the book. So I went back and forth. But if I didn't listen to the whole thing on audiobook, I didn't count it as an audiobook. And then favorite quote. So that's that. Okay, so it is afternoon. I mean, it's like what? It's like 3:30 now. So a lot of the day has gone by. And this afternoon turned out to be a lot of time on the computer. My daughter just got up from her nap, so she's over there listening to the iPad, if you hear that. but while she was napping, I got a lot of the computer stuff I needed to get done. So I had some chapters I had to edit. If you don't know, I occasionally do audiobook editing for Murphy Napier. So she narrates audiobooks, and then she sent some projects. She'll send me chapters to edit to kind of free up her time. And so I worked on a few chapters this afternoon. I had filmed a video yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know. I filmed a video yesterday. Yes, that's what it was. I filmed it yesterday. And so today I was editing it. So I did that. And while it was like downloading from iMovie onto my computer, I was watching some YouTube videos. And now I am just like waiting for it to upload onto YouTube. And so what I'm gonna do right now while I'm doing that is do my Kroger order. So that'd be my grocery order. I'm sure a lot of you are doing like online grocery orders at this time with the coronavirus and not wanting to go into stores. And the thing with the grocery stores here is that, I don't know how it is with you guys, but if I want food for, like, I'm ordering food for 2 weeks at a time, and I also have to order it a week before that 2 weeks starts. So today is Sunday, the 5th, is that right? The 5th, and I have enough food at this point through the 11th, but if I wait to do a grocery order, like it's like 5 or 6 days out. So if I'm putting in an order right now, the next available slot they have to pick up is the 10th. So that's 5 days from now. So I'm putting in my order now for food that we're gonna make for like April 12th through the 26th, I think. Yeah, so it's just a lot of meal planning. Like, I didn't realize how much just organization has to go into this, because we're really trying to only leave the house to do these grocery orders and not like go into stores. Like, we're really trying to like be like completely self-isolating, because there's just no reason for us to be out other than to get groceries because we work from home. So this is our like only time that we are in public. And I'm doing my best to like organize. And it's just also hard because we have extra adults living with us. I don't know if I've mentioned that my nephew and his girlfriend have been living with us for 2 weeks now. And they're gonna be living with us until this crisis is over, because they were supposed to be hiking the Pacific Crest Trail and they were about to leave right when all this started. So they're living with us. So that's 2 extra adults because they're in their 20s. So now I have to like prepare 2 weeks of food a week ahead of time and think about for extra people. So it's just a lot. So I'm probably gonna spend the next hour doing my grocery order. So guys, I probably picked the wrong day to do a day in the life, because my vlogging like completely fell apart. So after I last talked to you, it did take me an hour to do my grocery store purchase online. And then I did do some reading. Finally, the first reading of the entire day. I listened to some more of The Host while I was doing dishes, preparing for dinner. And then like my kids just kind of blew up, and the whole rest of the evening I couldn't vlog because it was just like screaming, throwing, biting. Finally, I am in bed. It's not even that late. It's like 9 something, but I have a headache. So yeah, I'm done for the night. So luckily you're getting another day of this vlog so that it'll be a little more interesting, because today, that was all I read today, was just that little bit of audiobook of this. Good morning. So it is Monday morning, and yeah, Bernadette and I are doing school right now. I'll put in a couple clips of her doing school. So basically I've been trying to keep us at like a normal schedule. So we still get up, we still get dressed, all that stuff.
I got dressed by myself today.
Yeah, you picked out your own outfit and everything. And well, the only thing is that I don't wear jeans anymore and I don't dry my hair. But other than that, we get dressed and we get ready in the morning, we brush our teeth, we do all that, right? And then we do schoolwork. So that's what we're doing now. We do a couple, she's 5, so we do a couple worksheets. You're doing your number worksheets right now. And then we do sight word books. We do a Bible story, and then we usually do an activity. So today it's beautiful out, so our activity will probably be outside.
The butter. fly can fly. The eagle can fly.
Great. We haven't gotten a chance to get any sand for the sandbox before the stay-at-home order, so we're just improvising. It's just dirt clay. But really, kids don't care as long as they can get dirty and dig things. If Eliza will cooperate, I can show you around a little bit and show you what we've been doing with our isolation. Look at the pretty tree. This is a peach tree with its pretty flowers blooming.
Yucky.
Yucky.
Yep.
So we have 2 peach trees, 2 apple trees. Some of our lovely spring flowers are coming in. Lots of daffodils. We bought this house in the summer, so we didn't know there were daffodils everywhere. This is the chicken coop. We started building this on Saturday, so just 3 days ago. So lots of progress because the chickens are growing up. The kids are finally busy playing in the coop, so I can show you the garden. So here's our garden. This first row is already done and has peas in it, and then my nephew and his girlfriend have spent this week digging up all the rows, and now he's been putting the mulch and compost on top of it. In the back, I don't know if you can see, there's like little mounds in the back. Those are grapevines. We still have to build the trellis for them, but they'll take a while before they get to that height anyways. And then the back here behind the tractor are our fruit trees. We have 9 fruit trees, a few peaches, pears, some cherries, and a fig. Okay, it's Tuesday morning and I just wanted to wrap this up. I didn't update you last night because basically after the kids were in bed, I had a lovely Zoom chat with some ladies I haven't seen for a while. I used to be part of, before we moved, this would be like almost 2 years ago, I was part of a contemplative prayer group at my church. So it was a group of us that got together every month and we would basically like meditate and pray together. And since I moved away, I haven't been able to join the group. And now that they can't meet in person, we did a Zoom chat and it was lovely. We did a guided meditation. It was really calming. And after that, I just felt so calm and relaxed. I didn't really want to talk to the camera. So that's why I didn't update you till this morning. So I had that lovely like calming moment in this time of anxiety. And I ended up just listening to the rest of my audiobook and then went to bed. So just to update you of what I read, so you'll see in 2 days, I only read 1 chapter of my physical book. Like that's pretty sad, but yeah, I'm doing a lot with the kids and I'm just not able to concentrate. A lot of the time now with the kids is spent like planning my meals and planning homeschooling and cleaning and stuff like that. So not a lot of physical reading getting done, but I did finish The Host on audiobook, so I'm still getting audiobooks done. And yeah, I still just really like this book. It's a 4-star book for me. Like I said, I haven't reread it in about 10 years, but I've read it probably like 3 times before that, and it's just one of my favorite book relationships is in this book, and they are still one of my favorite relationships. I really enjoyed reading this with Kara, and she just finished, so today we get to discuss it, and I'm very excited about to chat spoilery thoughts with her. And yeah, it was just a really nice comfort read. And I know people are probably like, what, you know, sci-fi comfort read, but yeah, it's just the relationships that are in this and like, I don't know, the arc of the characters. I really enjoy it, and it was a nice relaxing listen for the last couple days. So that's it. That's 2 days in my life in self-isolation with kids and creating our homestead and all that. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing kind of like what we're doing. I mean, we're lucky that we have a lot to do, so we're not bored because we've got a lot with the preparing the garden, getting the coop ready for the chickens and everything. We've got plenty to keep us busy, and it's great having my nephew and Lauren here to help out with all of that. So how are you guys doing? Let me know down below. I'd love to chat with you. Bye.